Alright, in this video we're getting into Synthetic Fiend's latest EP, Amorphous. First of all, I really like how this EP starts. I love the way the song Cobalt 60 kind of starts off this EP and then leads into the song Hollow Voice. I feel like the songs on this EP kind of naturally flow from one to the other. I feel like the sequencing of each song in its place on the EP, it makes sense for this record, this EP. I really dig the synth work on this. Very curious what Synthetic Fiend used for their synths. It is very interesting, the tones that they and the sound design that they came up with for this EP, and I'm very curious whether it's soft synths or hardware synths or whatever it is. If you guys, Synthetic Fiend, are watching this video, you can feel free to comment if you want to. You don't have to, but I would love to know what kind of synths you're using on this, because I feel like the synth work is very good on this. From all the stuff I've heard of Synthetic Fiend, their vocals tend to have this alien quality about them, and I haven't really heard that all that much in other music, and I think it really gives them it gives them an original sound because of these alien style vocals. I would also say they have a bit of a, in some of their older work, they had somewhat of a almost hip-hop vibe to it. I would say I also really enjoy that element as well. I like the beats in the song Drain the Vein. I feel like they're pretty relentless, and I actually think the way the song transitions from the relentless beats into like this interesting synth work, I think it really works for the song. And I do believe that Drain the Vein is purely an instrumental, but I think that song is, I like it. I also like the sound design on the song G-O-D, or God, I don't know how you guys say it, but I do like the sound design on that. It almost sounds like there's a bit of tape saturation in some of the elements, or there's this phasing element, and I just really like that. So the songs that really stand out for me that are my favorites on this EP are probably Hollow Voice and I Know. And I would, once again, I'll say, I think for this EP, everything kind of transitions into each other very, very well. It transitions fairly seamlessly, and I feel like the sequencing on this EP is very, the sequencing of the songs, it makes sense, and I think everything kind of flows very nicely and makes it a really enjoyable experience. Once again, I will say with reviews, obviously a review is subjective to the listener, and one listener may not enjoy what another listener does. I enjoyed this EP, and I think that you should give it a listen. Maybe support them by streaming their music on the various streaming platforms that they're on. I tried to find their Bandcamp. I'm not sure they have a Bandcamp, or I'm missing the link for this particular EP, but definitely look them up, definitely listen to their stuff. It's definitely worth the listen. I will also say their visual elements tend to have a very cyberpunk feel to them. I'm not sure if that's intentional, if they're going for more of a cyberpunk vibe, and I don't know if ethos is the right the word there, but that's it for this review of Synthetic Fiend's Amorphous. If you haven't had a chance to listen to it, I would highly recommend listening to it. I would highly recommend listening to any of their work. I do really enjoy their stuff. If you are a band and you have an album or an EP that you want to get reviewed, hit me up. I'm definitely down for reviewing stuff. I don't typically like doing single reviews because it's just a lot of work just for a single song. So if you have an EP or an album, hit me up. I'll definitely review it. I do prefer things in the industrial sort of spectrum of things, so I do kind of want to review that kind of thing. Not to say I wouldn't review something post-punk or gothy, but I find that genre is kind of oversaturated, and I have very not very positive opinions on most of that stuff, to be honest with you, because quite frankly, I don't feel a lot of the newer goth music. I feel like it's a rehashing of the old stuff, and there's not any real innovation going on in it. And anyway, I won't get into that rant, but if you have an industrial album that you want us to review, or an industrial EP, hit us up. I'll definitely take a listen to it, and I'll review it and do a video review for you. Always love hearing new stuff. Anyway, that's it for this video. See you in the next one.